Oh, everyone! Raul Zwowski here. I haven't posted anything on YouTube for quite a while. I was a bit too busy just working on my VN, but recently I posted a very important update. I started work on something really cool, a flowchart. I'll show you later. But I've been busy working for so long, I thought I would do the YouTube thing for maybe a couple of videos before I disappear for a very long time again. And someone just linked me that this one is already out by one of my very favorite like canine furry artists. I've been looking forward to see this one, and I didn't record it, but it starts with a beautiful logo animation, and here some everything animated here. I don't know how he did the animated twin sprites here. I'll need to find out how. Oh, it's already looking so promising. The music is beautiful. The background, uh, inspiring. Let's hope we don't see knots too quickly, so I don't have too much to censor right away. I mean, I do love knots, just in private. Mm. This game is intended for mature audiences. Depictions of explicit gay sexuality, mature themes, and non-gratuitous wound blood will be present. You must be 18 or older to play. Welcome to the demo. Certain keywords will be highlighted throughout the dialogue. Should you want to deepen your understanding of the lore or need a refresher, simply hover over the term and a tooltip will appear. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that within the text itself, the dialogue itself, like the say statement. This slice of the game is roughly the first third of the first chapter of our tale. This VN will follow the experience of a human protagonist as they prepare body, heat, and mind for a deeply erotic and spiritual ritual that will see them transforming into a werewolf. With a quotation marks, okay? A great and sacred honor in the world they are a part of. The story will feature 5 possible ritual love interests, each with their own stories and relationships to explore. There will not be set routes in the traditional sense. Rather, the player will choose among the lot who they spend time with during each day as the story unfolds. Certain actions, as well as how often an individual character is chosen, will affect your affinity with that character, progressing their story and deepening your bond. There is no set outcome for these lads. Their hearts can be broken, they might fall in love, or they can simply fulfill their duty in assisting the player in the final ritual. It's up to you. Amazing. The scars of the past lie upon the lands, and in the hearts of men and wolves, truths lie buried, ancient forces begin to stir. Do you have the strength to push beyond what you think is possible, to give yourself to a longing beyond your ken? I hope you enjoy your time with it. I will click to begin. In the deepest chambers of every heart, there lies a void, an endless well of black that yearns in tides of great hunger. Whoa! There's some crazy snow blossom in here. How does he do those animated backgrounds? Jesus. I need to know. Come. We have to. When brought to the eroding edge, most cower in awe at its expense. Brought to their knees by its pining and left to flee back to the surface, where the hunger is but a whisper. Mama, I can see my. Some find contentment in feeding this void of longing with what they can find, with the sweetness of love, the passion of lust, with blood, with power. Yet still it finds us, still it pulls on us, so close, so primal. Don't you look back, keep your eyes on me. Perhaps in our avoidance of this void, we deny it the one thing that it seeks to consume, a hunger that is only stated once we turn to face it, naked in its blackness. Did S. Anima write it? Mama, please, get up. Mommy, we have to keep. Longing is a song of death, not to be stated, not to be ignored. It is to be bowed down before and burned with its embrace. Mama, please, get up. Humbly breathing in its light. I wonder. Wow, it's so beautiful. Jesus Christ. Do the gods feel it too? Wow. He's hot. I'm hot. Wow. Yes, H works. Amazing. Yes. Oh my god. Yes. Such beautiful artwork. This anime is truly amazing. Oh, it's just a dream. My voice quivers in streams made visible by the cold morning air. A dream. As I watch my world drift through what little light pierces my tent, my hand glides up the warmth of my side, fingers rippling over the landscape of muscle and soul bones until I find it. A scar as cold as the air on my parted lips rests upon my ribs and pulls at the warmth of my palm. Before I sleep deeper into contemplation, I hear a gruff voice below, beyond the thin skin of my tent. A familiar voice calling my name, which is William, William, William. Sorry, what was the default? Soren. The Dragon Prince, yes. Okay, Anoam. Uh, Soren. Hey, Soren. It's time we set out. You have overslept. A grey paw pushes through the leather flap, delivering a torn piece of bread now being held inches away from my face. A chuckle breaks the lingering haze of my dream as I take the bread from his loose grip, slightly warm from its time spent in his palm. Breathless, the paw begins to retreat into the warmth of the day before I speak up. What? Not gonna help me up? The reluctant paw holds and flops open. I grasp it firmly, knowing I'm about to be. Fuck! It's fucking cold out here! The young sun does little to soften the blow of the cold morning air hitting my skin. The hair on my limbs and chest rises in response as I reach for my clothes. Mm. Oh, he's cute. Anoam. Oh my god. I'll be taking some time from time to time to appreciate the artwork. Wow, it's so fluffy and so animated. Your fault for sleeping naked. Eat that bread down and pack your things. That should warm you up. And savor it. That might be. That might well be your last meal for a while. The sight of Anoam banishes the last lingering emotions that my dream etched into my mind. Oh, he's so beautiful. We are set to converge with the Silver Bows party on the southern pass today. And the Silver Bows are many moons ago, the people of Wood grew their society into three distinct branches. The Sister Bows, okay, the Emer- the Sister Bows, Emerald, Silver, and White. Silver Bows shines bright through its skilled montage who scoured the realm over in hopes of unearthing long forgotten truths. Wow, I love this lore so much. It's been what? 5 years since we have seen our sister tribe? Six. Six since the River Festival. Wow, so our human protagonist has been in the tribe since the childhood, since that dream of Enden. Right. Gods, the River Festival. I can hardly remember that night. I certainly can. Oh, ears down expression. I glare at him through a smile, and his tail slightly tucks. Sigh, a sign his memory returned to him. How to drag your dragon ass home? We couldn't even make it to your mat before you brought us both to the floor. That was fun, I think. You weren't exactly sound and sober yourself there, pup. I woke up to you curled up next to me. Took me a few baths to get all that drool out. Yeah, yeah. Well, you made for good enough bedding. Speaking of, think we'll get to set up a camp before the moon rises. Should take us the better part of the day to get to the pass at our pace. From there, we will descend into the Gantharos. Should make it just in time for the opening ceremonies. And Cantharos is a great crater nested in the heart of the realm, a chalice holding ancient memories of times lost when great spirits walked the earth. Now men and wolves alike travel into the sacred rent at the call of the moon. to receive its bestowal in reverent duty. Mhm. Mm, I want to see it. Oh, Paul. Oh, the beans, the claws. Oh, S anima is so amazing. I wonder how you pronounce it. Is it S anima or sanima? You might have to set up in the dark, but knowing you, you will be awake for a while. I happily chew at the bread, the smoke of the now doused fire at the heart of our little encampment fluttering between us. He came to me in my dream again last night, just before you woke me. Did he now? Those will only get stronger as we draw closer to the end. Still, an auspicious blessing. Rend, Cantharos, a great crater nested in the heart of the. Oh, okay. So it's just the same thing. It's... His large paws begin to place a collection of tools and provisions back into his worn leather pack. Flakes of bread crust fall from his knife as he sheaths it before slipping it in alongside what I presume to be the rest of the loaf wrapped in old linen. And what did he show you? That night, his paws hesitate for a moment midway through his motion before stirring again, his calm eyes unchanged. It was almost a memory. The black trees piercing the snow, the faded warmth of her arms. It's already slipping away. The emotion was sharp though. Then, from the blackness, he emerged. The trees began to twist and veil like smoke. I felt warm. Perhaps it was a memory after all. I let his words hang for a moment. His voice sounds heavy and reflective. I do remember a wolf approaching that night, yet the last time I checked, you're not a deity. Oh, so he saved us. Unless you're the weeping wolf incarnate, and you have been a better liar than I thought. Maybe he is, maybe that's the plot twist. The great bestial spirit of frost who spurred his maker, cast the land in ice in final attempt to save mankind long ago in the warning days of the Randin War. Banished to the chill of the moon for his transgressions, he forged the tether betwixt beast and man, giving form and divine covenant unto those sacred moon thatched, that he might walk the earth once more throughout their eyes. I break my sight away from his smirk to eye his tail gently gliding across the ground, wet leaves and mouse tail twigs clinging to it briefly. Alas, I am not he, and you're lucky for it. One might wonder if divinity itself would be enough to humble the likes of you. Hey now, I'm only disrespectful towards you. Yeah, I'm touched. We share a light laugh in the rising sunlight. He's so cute. Mm. Odoraim saved you that night, not I. He led me to you and your mother. When I found you, you were all but ice. Oh, Odoraim, the great bestial spirit of frost who spurred his make. Okay, yes, yes. He glances up, piercingly white eyes meeting mine before they fall upon my scar. Oh, Actually, Slav did exactly the same thing in Demons Within. I need to ask him how. But all of mm, those frames. I love the one with the little wolf. Oh, he's so good at this. He glances at piercingly white eyes meeting mine before they fall upon my scar. The mark he left is as much a blessing to your soul as it is a curse unto your life. For you to awaken as moon gold, it is similarly my greatest source of pride and perhaps my deepest well fear for you. Moon cold. Young human men who, upon hearing the call of the weeping wolf resonating throughout their souls, undertake a pilgrimage to the sacred lands of the Cantharos to surrender their humanity to their lunar maker. Ooh, I wonder if there is a path stay human, which I'm not super interested in, but for story that would be interested. Anoam, you know as well as I that the coal pulls at me. Ah, sorry. I can do this. My body feels strong enough. If Odoraim did save me that night, then he guides me yet again onto the Councilors to meet those called and changed before me, and to become Moontouched in turn. Just as you did. No, just as you did. Uh, I know, Soren. I have known this day would come, though I never realized how quickly it would arrive. He clears his throat gently and rises m- with his pack in paw, slinging it over his shoulder and adjusting its position slightly to better fit across his broad back. I see the fire in you is strong. That's good. You will need it for what is to come. For now, you're still a pup, and one that's holding our journey at port. Pack your things. I smile and offer him a grateful nod before turning back towards my tent, the leather flap now warm in my hands. Soren, when I turn back to face him, his eyes have a whisper of sadness in them. Hmm. Did he speak to you? No, he didn't. Just fixed his eyes on mine as the dream began to tear around us. First thing I heard was you calling my name. Anoam gives a silent nod before returning to his preparations. It takes just a few moments for me to collect my things together. We packed as light as possible for what has already been nearly 2 weeks on the road. I forced my now rolled tent to my pack alongside my cherished deerskin mat before pushing my hand deep into the pouch on the side, fingertips searching for an old friend. There you are. Warmth seeps into my fingers as I pull out the familiar stone from its nightly resting place. Its smothered black surface glints slightly in the light. I bring it to rest against my scar, the warmth spreading across my ribs and the ambient pain I have learned to live with, welling in its gentle glow. I'm surprised that still soothes you. Most of its quality would have long since lost its magics. I wrap a thin linen bandage around my torso, making sure to secure the stone in place at the heart of my scar. Huh. Well, I suppose I truly am blessed then. It has begun to fade, but she still keeps me warm enough. Still grateful for it. Anoam smiles warmly, Probably feeling proud of the gift he gave me many moons ago, as I patted my side happily. Maybe we'll find another in the Cantaros for you. Come on then, we have a long day ahead of us. Anoam takes care to spread what's left of the wet ash and fading embers before unceremoniously turning to leave. I can't help but steal one last lingering look at the small campsite that housed us for the night before shifting my gaze out onto the wide wilderness lying naked before me. My heart quivers slightly. We are nearly there. Day zero, full moon. Oh, he's cute. Mm, okay, I'm gonna take a water break. Oh, I'm bark. I was thinking about maybe having a breakfast or something, but I'm genuinely excited to keep playing more of it. So let's get a little bit more done. For as tired as my feet have become on the long road Anoam and I have taken, I can't help but feel they are strengthened anew today. Tonight will mark the beginning of the moonfall ceremonies and the beginning of the end of my simple humanity. Moonfall, uh, an auspicious celebration dedicated to the rituals that transform chosen men into moon-touched wolves. Once the lunar wolves divine the next moonfall, moon-cold humans and moon-touched wolves from every creed and clan converge on the hallowed lands of the Cantharos to partake in this reverent celebration. Anoam talks to the wind as I walk, phew, and as we walk along canyon ridges, down over dry riverbeds and throughout old groves. Good. And what is Isiris? A small blue flower found along the creeks that weave through the forest of the Camphalas, not found outside the sacred Rend. Its use, he has filled these 2 weeks with a near constant flow of trials and tests that echo the training I have undergone the past 5 moons. Isiris is a blessed flower to the Tian clans and the eastern coasts. The druids utilize it to alleviate the pain induced by ritual bonding with a moon-touched Tian. Wolves and men who listen to the call of the tides from the Tian clans. They dwell along the eastern shores of the realm, where the drumming song of waves upon rock and shore is ever present. The great medicine men and wolves among them, known as Druid, are celebrated for their profound spiritual wisdom and guidance. Good. This is its most relevant use, although it has other more practical reaches as well. And what of Thermic vines? By now I have learned the art of absent-mindedly answering him to his satisfaction, allowing my mind to glide over the foreign landscape stretching out around us. Thermic vines are also endemic to the Rand, normally poisonous until boiled with a blend of other medicinal herbs. It produces an altered dream-like state of consciousness that is usually profound spec. Okay, no, that's too much. My eyes flutter along the trail as I drone out the answer. A landscape of autumn wildflowers and fallen trees hugs at the animal run we follow. Mm, Such a bounty our world holds. These lands I have longed to walk but never dared to dream that I would. I find myself amidst an almost overwhelming union of bliss and wonder, along with a subtle sadness. I am bound to the trail behind the towering wolf as he leads us through these unknown worlds. Yet, in my heart, I yearn to spend days and weeks in some of those places, drinking deep of their novelty and untapped prosperity. The bows are all I have known since Anoam brought me to them in the thawing wake of that cold night. A cage of trunks and canopies, beautiful and confining. A fragment of my dream this morning glints through my mind, only to be replaced by a gentle gratitude. I owe much more than my life to Odurim and the whipping wolf. By his call, I am walking this unknown soil, the doors to my cage flung open far behind me. Several hours of silence pass as the path we walk become more tedious and challenging to navigate its rocky surface. I look up to see Anoam turned back toward me, with his pack resting against a fallen tree. He waves to me before unfastening his cloak and laying it upon the back of the trunk. By the time I reach him, the wolf is sitting comfortably in the shade, patting his empty water skin. Oh, oh boy. Mm, yes. Finally caught up, I. That last mile was a bit rough. So says the man with trunks for legs and hardened paws. I draw in a breath and look around us for the first time in a while, realizing how different this land is sculpted from where we began the day. This forest is beautiful. It's as if the land fights against the weight of the trees, piercing the ground for sunlight. I hop from rock to rock with a confident stride. Hmm, poetic. It's said these lands bore the weight of a thunderous battle in the waning days of the great spirits. The scars of that time radiate from the brim of the Cantharos. The jutting rocks and crumbling ruins scattered across the forest floor seem to soak up the newfound insight before me. We tread along the earth's ancient scars, pausing for a moment in appreciation. I sling my pack down to my feet and move to sit beside the wolf. Oh, nice. Before I can. Oh my god, don't wag. You're killing me. And he actually drew it frame by frame. Oh, amazing. That's beautiful. Before I can, his large tail snakes around from behind him and occupies what's left of the broken trunk. Here, pup. Anoam extends his paw towards me, pointing at my empty water skin, the wooden cap hanging by an aged milkweed cord. A stream flows nearby, and now is a good time for a rest. I feel you growing cold, and I'm in the mood for some tea. I'm surprised your senses are as keen as they are for a wolf of your age. Oh, so he's old. He's an old boy. Brother, I can't hear the stream myself. Perhaps when you stop panting, you'll hear the flow of the water. It's down the valley there. I can go for us. You can rest your weary paws, old man. Oh, yes. Another attempt to get at least some kind of rise out of him. he got angry eyebrows. Grr. Grr. And here I've been nice by calling your aging ass pup. Are you sure you're up for it? I figured you could start the fire while I fetch the water. Hmm, I'm not quite ready to rest just yet. We both know you are better at starting a flame anyway. He did start a fire in my heart with his fluff and snoot. He's so cute. He's so fluffy. I push my pack away with my foot and approach the wolf, scanning his gear for the other skin he carries. Alright, if you feel you're up for it. I am, I am. The thought of the cold water on my feet is all the convincing I need. Just be careful out there, hi? Whistle if you need me. I need you, Daddy. Oh god. I hope there's a gallery. There is. But only with CGs. 4 CGs so far. Nice. I give him a mildly disheartened look. He still doesn't trust me. Oh, he's an overprotective big old boy. But to err on the side of caution is all saying. Uh, I, I should take screenshots for this anima. Uh, okay, I think it. Better to err on the side of caution is all I'm saying. The stream isn't far. He nods his head back to the thick woods. I take the skin from his raw paw before kneeling to gather my own, then shift over to Anoam's pack to untie the third empty skin from its side. Understood. Perhaps I'll stop panting just long enough to hear it. He even flickers his ear. Oh, he's so cute. We share a playful smile before I head out. Before long, I hear the soft murmur of the stream beyond my sight, weaving through the cracks and trees. Even now, I'm humbled by Anoam's sharpened senses. Never has the magic faded from the moments where he reads my body to know when the chill of my scar begins to take hold. I wonder, will a new world open before me in the wake of the ritual, like waking from a hazened dream? What would this forest look like throughout the eyes of a track? My eyes fixate on the sharp imprints dotting the earth that the fallen leaves left bare. I don't bother searching for the subtle deteriorations that time leaves on the track before more than a day or two old. These are fresh. My fingers push into the sides of the track lightly, moisture drawn out of the walls as I prod. Very fresh. A few hours at most. I scan outwards from the first set as I lower the water skins down onto the forest floor. There, 4 digits, The outer two slightly fanning away from the center. A doer fox, perhaps. A female, if I'm right. The tracks dance along, displaying the alert yet confident stride for a fox that knows these woods well, heading down to the stream for a quick drink. I get down low and follow along the indentations and displayed debris, careful not to get ahead and disturb them. An abrupt pause and a timid step backwards. Something took her notice. A threat. Here, a set slightly deeper than the others. Images of her crouching down low, her weight given the time to sink down into the soft floor, dance across my mind's eye. She takes a few cautious steps forward, heading for the safety of a rock formation piercing through the thin trees. I'm practically crawling now, stepping through the woods with my hands and feet, mimicking her steps with my own, my heart pounding as if it were I who was being hunted. Sorry. A deep track tearing through the mud and moss as she makes a drastic pivot. A broken twig, a trampled fern. She's almost to the rocks, and then I stare at the last set, smeared and dragged across the soil, flailing violently. It's not until I look up in search of the predator's track that the abnormal silence of the forest dawns upon me, save the pounding of my heart drumming inside the walls of my head. No bird song, though I see them mocking me from above. No whisper of the wind, though I see the branches playing. Ah! The woods around me shatter in a flash that rips through my body. I crumble onto the floor, leaving my own marks on its skin. Worry floods my dimming heart, and my eyes begin to close. The air is so thin. What? Female fox? For the briefest of moments, a relief washes over me, thinking the fox somehow escaped their fate. Until I noticed the side of the forest through their ephemeral form, shifting like a reflection on water. What? What is this? My voice echoes and flows outside the boundaries of my body, as if they were always just a suggestion. An attempt to lift myself from the ground is met by what remains of the sense of my body fallen away. The air vibrates with a low hum that's building, a distant thunder approaching at a sprint. Oh, who? A figure, comprised of veils of light, delicately unfolds its shimmering arms around the fluctuating body of the fox. She feels at once familiar and as alien as the darkest stars in the distant night sky. Mother, I come to as the vision fades abruptly. The scent of pine and wet earth seeps into focus as I open my eyes. What the fuck was that? I pant for breath, clutching at my side, my scars sending waves of lessening pain through my bones. So yeah, he left panting, he will come back panting. Sharp moments like these have struck me before, but never like this. Well, you're getting close to the end. Rolling over onto my back, I stare up at the canopy dancing unperturbed in the breeze. I have never seen anything during an attack. Scanning the floor, leaves no trace of the fox where it stood before me, no tracks of a woman clad in flowing light. What nature of omen was that? The beauty of the vision clashed against the unsettling feeling growing in my heart. What was? Memories of her flew back to me, the feel of her skin, the flow of her skirt in the wind as I chased her, the fading melody of her voice eroding to the waves of time. It can't have been her. She is long at rest. Worry starts to descend on my mind as I try to make sense of what I just saw. Lived? Damn it. Why now? A memory flickers. Soren, I'm just concerned for you. Calm down. Anoam blankets my shoulder with a paw and looks into my eye as I let out a tired sigh. Anoam, we can't afford to sit in the bows and wait for a day that may not come. What I have, what if I never improve? What can say? Who can say that I will? I am moon cold. I'll be ready. I must be. Odoraim howls to me, calling me to the rent, calling me to give myself, just as he once called you. Anoam stands silently for a moment before I'm pulled into an embrace, my face nestling into the thick fur on his chest. Soren, being moon cold is one thing, fulfilling that call is another. The ritual is as much a physical trial as it is spiritual. Even a healthy man's body would be pushed to its limit. You have to understand where I'm coming from here. His heart beats through the thick muscle of his chest, slow and rhythmic. He is not awash in his emotions as I am in mine. And I suspect that, as I do you, always, I have been stable these past several months of training, and what happened today wasn't anywhere near what they used to be. Anoam, I can't continue to wait. The seasons that pass are losing their colors in my heart. It feels like the roots of the boughs are closing in around me, and the air is growing still. I feel trapped. I would rather follow this calling until my body gives way than to spend what's left of my soul waiting here. His broad jaw comes to rest on the crown of my head as his embrace tightens with a deep breath, pushing at me through muscle and fur. I hear you, Soren. I will never be a force in your life that binds you. I promise you that. Yet, still, I worry. Will you allow me to come with you? I open my stinging eyes. Anoam, you would return to the Cantharos for me. I had thought a deep chuckle rumbles out, and a series of pats on my head keeps me from finishing what he knew I would say. Life is a flowing river, brave pup, and it bends to the rhythm of change. I would be wise to follow it. I encircle my arms around his bulk as though to hold us there in the fleeting warmth of that moment. Thank you. Damn it. No, I have this. Ah! Ah! I hollow assertion in the midst of doubt, but it's enough to get me back onto my feet. The skins are where I left them, some 15 paces back. Another beautiful CG. There must be a bazillion of them. Oh no! Oh no! With the pain largely quelled by no sigh of the fox, I gathered the replenished water skins and begin to trace my steps back. It's not long before a familiar whistle cascades down through the valley and past me as I make my way up to the hillside. The gentle bird song that had been humming through the trees halts for a brief moment as if the birds were offended by the dissonance in their choir. Stopping on a rock perched high, I bring my clasped hands to my lips, the chill of the stream still clinging to them. Summiting the rest of the hill, I see Anoam on the bluff ahead, though not in the way I was expecting to find him. An abandoned pile of birch kindling and twigs lay at his feet, his worn cloak tied to his body by the sling of his pack. There you are. I was just about to follow your scent. The stream wasn't that far. What took you so long? Impatient for that tea, are we? It's only been a handful of minutes. Try 30 or so. You had me worried. That vision lasted but a moment to me. Could it have been that long? Anoam looks down at me expectantly. What took you so long? I'm gonna go the. I usually like in games going with the most suboptimal choices. Fuck. Apologies, brother. Brother? Daddy. Apologies, Daddy. I didn't realize I was gone that long. I took some time to follow the stream and breathe in the forest a bit. I found a set of tracks and may have lost myself to them. I smile and offer at least a fragment of the truth as I extend my water skin to him. I see. All is well then. I know you're keen to be out there in the to be out of the bows, but this journey isn't a wistful adventure, Soren. His serious tone hangs in the air, though his ears betray his evaporating concern. I'm sorry to have worried you, Anoam. Of course, I know that our journey serves a purpose. I only meant to enjoy its fleeting moments while they are still here to enjoy. Besides, you were the one to suggest a tea break after all. Huh. The wolf grumbles and looks out over the landscape, his eyes scanning the horizon. I, well, it's a reminder for both of us. The tea will have to wait. Take a look. I set down the remaining skins and come to stand next to the wolf on the lip of the cliff. On the lip of the cliff. See that there? That's the barrier. His extended claw points towards a large dome comprised of fragile light fighting against the sun soaked sky. Wow! I didn't realize we were this close. Now, look there. A tall smoke signal rises on what looks to be a shoulder of the Cantaros's halo. A slight tinge of green tints the base of the rising column. The Silver Boss Party, what are they doing this far west of the Halo? Well spotted. And that's the question I've been pondering since it started to rise. They were meant to wait at the entrance of the southern pass until we arrived. Regardless, that signal is for us. Grab your pack, let's not keep them waiting. Here, take this. Oh, yes. He offers his cloak. Oh, I'm so. I love looking at him. He offers his cloak in an outstretched paw. It's not fire, but it will have to do for now. A strong paw and familiar smell winds around me as I wrap the faded blue fabric around my shoulders, the scent just as comforting as the warmth. I secure my gear and quickly tie the spare water skin onto Anoam's pack. The weight of my heart for having light hovers over me. He has a heavy enough load as it is. Telling him I had another attack wouldn't do him any good. Knowing of the vision that came with it would really throw him off. He doesn't like things he doesn't understand. He doesn't need the added stress, nor I the indignity. I need to be strong for the both of us. You set to go, Pop? I want to get there as soon as we're able. I'm right behind you. Slap. We make our way towards the fading signal at a strong pace. The absence of chatter from Anoam tells me that he's lost in his thoughts. What would make the Silverbows party deviate away from the rendezvous location? Anoam walks briskly behind me, his fluctuating proximity setting the pace for us. I'm not sure. They will have warriors among them, so it's doubtful a beast could sway the whole party, of course. We both give way to silence, letting our imagination settle on a similar possibility. Do you know these lands? No, I don't. This is my first journey into the southern reaches of the mainland, though it's known for its placid safety when held next to the north and west of the Ren. The southern pass is well established and maintained. And what of the east? Your homelands? The eastern shores share in the safety of the south, though not for the absence of danger. Rather, the land itself keeps the clans there fortified and secure. That's right, the great roots that the Tian call home. I wonder if I'll ever get to see them. It may be you find yourself pairing with a tidal wolf. Uh, I could see your temperaments aligning well. Someone to calm you down. Haha, wag wag wag. I look back at the wolf who's happily smirking. If they are anything like you are, then they are more like to provoke me. Okay. The levity of my tone protecting him from the full meaning of these words. Ah, but I am a man of the sea no longer. Kneel before my lunar coat and tremble beneath the depth of my wisdom. Exactly like that. Should a proposed mate come at me with such a blatant disrespect for the truth, you and I may find ourselves making the long journey back home sooner than we thought. Ah, a half of a laugh comes from the wolf. And what of lunar wolves? Can we seed a can they seed a moon called? They can seed. That's how they call them. Lunar wolves. Long ago, the first moon-touched wolf to awaken in the frozen wastes wore a coat as white as the full moon in the cold winter sky, exceptionally rare The few lunar wolves that take breath today reside solely within the Kantaros, save for one. Lunar wolves sit highest among the five wolf clans and are responsible for divining the will of Odoraim, as well as facilitating the sacred rituals performed to honor him. I want to get seeded by the manliest of clans, though. A laugh caught reverberates from behind me. The mole wolves sound like the elves of this setting. I want the dwarf like, the orc like wolves. Ahem. No, lunar wolves do not participate. They act to facilitate the ceremonies and offer spiritual guidance. Freaking hippies. Alright. But say a moon cold and a lunar wolf felt a strong bond, strong enough for claiming. No, that is forbidden. He sounds sad. Oh, his tragic backstory, unrequired love. The vagueness of what I know of Anoam's life before he rescued me feels wide in this moment. Something happened to him back in the rent. Something he is not keen on giving words. I won't force us to stay here, for his sake. Anoam, why did you choose the the white boss of all places for us to leave? Did I read this one? I'm not sure I have read it. Once revered for its formidable martial force, the White Bows have maintained a distant separation from their sister branches for generations, ever since the echoes of their battle cries faded into silence. Finding solace in their serene seclusion, the White Bows clans comprise solely of humans, while Montaged members choose to reside within the more interconnected Silver and Emerald Bows. Anoam, why did you choose the White Bows for of all places for us to live? Why not return to your birthplace of the eastern shores? Our lives have been saturated with the calm life of the bows, and while you now yearn for experiences beyond it, it has served us well and has offered us a peaceful life. That is why I chose the white bows. I knew it would be soft for you and for myself as well. I knew I would need help in raising you, and the people there embraced us both as if we were born under those canopies. I love him so much. He's so protective and caring. In my case, you were in no condition to make a journey much further than the White Bows, even if a better place had come to mind. By creed, the three sisters, bows, silver, white, and emerald, offer purity and isolation, inasmuch as they are islands in truth, so too do they serve as safe havens amidst the ceaseless flow of the world and its ever shifting traditions and interpretations. That is why I chose the shelter for you, for us. Would you have chosen otherwise? Ah, I hear you. My memories of growing up in the groves are warm, filled with laughter and summer heat. I remember the magic of the harvests and you having to clean scrapes on my knees almost nightly. Childhood in the white boughs was a daydream, really. For that I'm grateful to the northern shores and back. Yet now, as a man, I have grown to doubt the secrecy and isolation of our people. Now that I am a moon cold, I am forced to walk towards my fate without knowing what lies in the history of these lands and its people. You have taught me more than any other bow raised moon cult, and likely known before the ritual, but still. Why conceal a whole people away from the unfolding of the world? Who benefits from such ignorance? Anoam thinks for a moment before his deep voice rings out. Heriton, Heritor Oberon chose what he thought best for himself, and those called for the way of wood when he created the bows, and the other Heritors have done for the people prior to and following Oberon. Heriton. A designated Heriton is bestowed upon the first moon-touched wolves to embody a new elemental aspect. Okay. Fueled by their connection to the aspect, those individuals received a divine mandate from Odoraim. As heritors, they embrace and guide both humans and wolves who are summoned to assist them on their quest. Thus, the five clans came into being. As to why, have patience, Soren. A world beyond what you can imagine is about to unfold before you. Make sure to not cling too tightly to what you think you know. That was Oberon's wish for you, to offer that innocence in the face of truth. There have been times when I have questioned if locking you into the abstinence of the bows was truly for the best. But then I look upon you and I see the man you have become. Then doubt fades. A small flash burns for a moment in my chest, one of pride at having pleased him. Oh, Daddy, I owe you so much, Anoam, for the choices and sacrifices you made for us. You have been like a true father to me. Well, yeah. The gentle pattern of his footsteps behind me stops abruptly. Oh, Father, he huffs in a tone that sounds at once hurt and playfully defiant. I fashioned myself as more of a noble guardian or protector, entrusting my sacred insights upon the little runt that life beckoned me to shelter. No, you're not a guardian, you're my, my father. Moon's embrace. I'm too young to be a father. Anoam, you're what, 120 some sons? As I said, much too young. I still have my youthful vigor. I'm as spry as a yearling. I want to live hundreds of years as a werewolf. Maybe you should have left me at the closest encampment after all. Huh! Anoam comes up alongside me in a jog. I draw to a halt to let the oath pass, expecting him to run ahead. Suddenly, an outstretched arm wraps around my waist and lifts me off the ground. We spin as he slows to a walk, only releasing me when I start to slip towards his palm. His laughter bellows off of the cliffside wall and echoes throughout the canyon. Call me father again, I will make sure to toss you. But, oh, he is a father. Oh, that only makes me want to call him daddy more. I truly am grateful. Okay, let's stop here for now. How long have I been reading? My throat is all achy. Oh, so I finished reading for now. I went to have a breakfast. I figured out how to sort out the green skin here. is gonna be much nicer now because the art in this game is so beautiful. It's good to show as much as possible. I love it so far. I'm definitely going to keep playing. I would love to share more of this playthrough with you. I'm going to post the link to this game in the description. Uh, yeah, amazing work as Anima. I hope you will continue on this project. Well, I guess it's still a bit too early for me to say that. I still don't know how much more I have to go through. Well, it's gonna be fun. See you in a bit, mates. Au.